to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome again to episode
149.
There you go, one more from 150. So before we get going, don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit that button. That's all we ask for this evening, the guys, tonight, is just give us that like, hit that button, give us that thumbs up, give us that share if you don't mind.
Give us a sound check.
If
anybody
you guys
is listening, let us know you can hear us okay too.
So today is Wednesday, February 18th. Today is Ash Wednesday. Just in case you guys didn't know, today is the beginning of Lent. For you guys that are Christians,
if you're on YouTube
Catholics.
at all or anything, you've seen the commercials from the Halo app, the Pray Every Day. Oh, crap. So, Lent, it's a very big deal for the Catholics.
Christians.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but Ash Wednesday and all that is mostly Catholics, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Just Christians. Catholics. Why do we gotta separate each other? It's the same God.
They separate themselves.
They do.
It's the same
right.
God. I believe it.
They separate themselves. That's why
There's only one God, one Creator.
Right. It's all
it's
right
God.
there.
That's it.
But anyways, that was weird that you brought that. I mean, not that it's weird you brought it up because it is timed right. There's like a people somewhere in Utah suing the Catholic Church for putting a lien on the Pope and
right.
because they're involved in the deep cabal, and it was like.
And for some reason, my mom has always said that this is the time where the devil comes out more.
They say don't they say this is the devil's realm?
Yeah, around Lent is when
God gave the devil
worse things
Satan,
can happen and bad
Satan,
things happen and stuff. So just make sure you guys whenever you guys are out there, be careful, drive safe, look both ways. There's a lot of motorcycle people out there right now because the weather is perfect here in the Sunshine State. So just look for those other pedestrians on the road. Be careful, be safe. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a share.
For sure, yeah. Check out ircmedia.net, and you can see all of our other shows. Yeah, we're not on there right now. We don't need that. But yeah, ircmedia.net. You can find us on X. It's at tothepoint.com. It's DOTCOM, not actually .com. Right now I'm locked out of it, but it's live. I can tell it's live. But, crazy, man. We weren't here last week because we did the Conspiracy Club, and... Yep. So it feels like, of course, a month. It's been 2 weeks, but even though we were together last week, a lot's going on. The Susan Guthrie missing person, Savannah Guthrie's mother. Savannah Guthrie, she's, I don't know, I didn't really know her name, but I've seen her do interviews, I think, with the president. I don't even know what network she works for, but... Supposedly somebody kidnapped her mother on the 1st of February, and here it is, the 18th?
18th.
Right. Going on the 19th, and she's elderly, needed medication to survive, and it's just weird, man. TMZ keeps getting the ransom notes, and I don't know, man. Everything about it smells fishy, but everything about everything in that part of the world, I don't even know where the hell they're from, but California, Nevada...
Just about anything you hear now, you got a question, and then this one even more so.
Yeah, I mean, just strange. Even if they're way out there, like Gene Hackman and all that, the weird stuff happens way out there on these ranches, and I don't know.
My thing is, the surprising thing is that they're still looking. So it's coming out of somebody's pocket. Somebody's paying for the people to still keep looking, to still keep investigating, because at this point they haven't found any leads to lead them to somewhere else to be like, okay, well, let's keep going because we found a lead, we found something, but they're just hitting a roadblock.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's surprising because if you remember, Mike, a couple months back, that old man that got lost here in Indian River County, they were fixing to shut it down because they just didn't have any more, of like where he had went and everything, and then all of a sudden, they found him just a couple of days before they shut it down or whatever.
Yeah, they were having such no luck finding him that they ended up asking locals with side-by-sides to
Right.
start.
Well, they used
Going
the
out and
drone.
going places.
They used drones in the end to find them.
Right.
Why didn't they use it right
Earlier,
away?
yeah.
There's no
I-
funds in the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. That's probably why.
Well, what did
Well,
I hear the
that's
other day? There's I forget. I don't
There's a good question though. Like, I mean, what kind of drone? Our police department, Indian River County, or what kind of stuff do they have for that? Do they have all the proper equipment? Did they have to source it out? Just kinda
we got
curious.
3 helicopters.
I
I
know
think
we
we
got-
have
yeah.
drones.
I'm pretty
We got
sure
a
we
real
would have
crime
drones.
time center. The helicopters alone should have that thermal.
Forensic,
Right.
thermal, whatever it's
My
called.
wire here.
Yeah, we looked that up on another podcast a while back that we had 3 of them. We were kind
Yeah.
of surprised that little old Indian River County had 3 of them.
Yeah, for
Are
sure.
That's-
you though?
That's
I mean,
just
yeah.
for for the police. I mean,
3 what?
they've got helicopters for other stuff
For the
too.
sheriff's
Oh,
department.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's big money.
Yeah.
What, $93 million budget he wanted?
Yeah.
Or $96 million?
When you got a lot of
Yeah.
celebrities that vacation here or have a home here. John Walsh lives here.
Oh, the Ali's lived here too.
Yeah,
A lot of there's a
Celine
lot of
Dion.
money over there on that side. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, Celine Dion's
Yeah.
here. There's a lot. I don't know them all.
All right, well, we'll get back into it. Let's throw it to Warrior Shield real quick, and when we come back, we'll get on with some of the videos we got stacked up. And of course, it's none of it's good news. Anyways, we'll be right back.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the Shield stronger. Donate and help our cause, help their cause, because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org. Because heroes deserve a foundation as strong as their sacrifice.
One like during the concert or after the concert, or go tie one on. Do one the next day with Dale and Jim. Go tie one on again. I might have the family with me. We're talking about going to Warrior Shield weekend. We don't tie one on. No, that's just shit talk. It's a great weekend though. The Friday night is a Hero Fest concert with stars like Ryan Weaver, Bo Bice from American Idol, Natasha Owens, famous for her Boss song recently, dissing the Boss, whatever his name is, Bruce Springsteen, and whatnot, and a bunch of other great artists. Plus heroes like, I'm going to do their name wrong, Sergeant
Yeah.
Gadsden from Battleship. He's also a veteran. The guys from Benghazi.
Mhm.
I don't want to mess up their names, but they're veterans, and that's what they're doing, and they're supporting the Border Patrol Foundation this year, which goes to support the families of, fallen Border Patrol agents, I guess. They every year they support a different organization. This year, that's what they're supporting. The president of the foundation, I believe, Chance, was a former U.S. Air Marshal and a Border Patrol agent, so it kind of touches home for him. Last year, it was a PTSD
Fundraiser.
Yeah, and I can't think of his name. It's in the memory of somebody, and I can't remember his name. But anyways, tune in and get your tickets now. It's the weekend after 9/11. It's the September 18th, I want to say. 19th, 18th, 19th, or 17th, 18th, whatever that falls on. Friday, Saturday. They do concert on Friday, and then they do a gala on Saturday where you get to hear those guys from Benghazi and whatnot speak. And it's pretty cool. And I'd like to do the gala and the dinner, and because the money goes towards the foundation that year. So, and they vet it and everything, make sure it's all 100% veteran or goes to law enforcement somehow. And so it's pretty cool. All right. Anyways, there was a big conference in Munich, Germany. They do this every year, and the politicians from all over the world, leaders and all them, they all go. Marco Rubio spoke there. AOC spoke there. And if you want,
who's AOC?
you know who AOC. We'll play a video of her, and I only have one, and I could have gotten more, but this was enough, and it was because I can't really see much of it. She is the progressive or the socialist Democrat out of one of those New York districts who's a rising star. She's polling to be a presidential candidate or a vice presidential candidate. And if you can pick a candidate to go against somebody like J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio, I couldn't pick a better opponent. But this was her after being asked about... I don't know if hopefully this is the video of her after being asked about our national security policy when it comes to China invading Taiwan. It's not going to go on.
I think that this is such a, I think that this is this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point.
She said to the point.
You feel
Actually,
for
she
somebody
said
when they're
that.
not ready for a moment. You really do.
She was getting roasted by her own.
Word salad served up. The dismal reviews for
beginning of the
Congresswoman
speech, I was like,
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's
today, Junior?
words and remarks and pauses and gasps for anything to say coherently.
This woman's like a hardcore Christian, so for her
really
to
getting
say
bashed today.
bad about
She
it.
was at the Munich Security Conference, and the bashing is coming in a bipartisan way. Here's former ABC News journalist Mark Halperin.
It takes a major screw up for the New York Times to put in their story about AOC that she had I think they said it was a stumble or something. It has to be a really bad stumble. She has no feeling in her bones about Taiwan. She just thought, well, I'll go with the memorized answer. And I don't think even the Democratic Party will make somebody the nominee if they can't answer that question.
Biden stumbled.
She didn't
She
go
was like
with a
80 years
memorized
old.
answer. Democrat strategist Dan Turrentine here.
It was a reminder of it. You're now on the big stage. Her team hyped her appearance. She froze like a deer in headlights.
Sean Spicer to the top right. He was in the last
And
Trump
this tough
administration.
assessment from a veteran New York Democrat strategist, here's the quote: "It was a beauty pageant to show that she had some chops about international issues, and she showed a complete lack of chops." He goes on to say if she runs for president, quote, "She's now given the opposition tons of ammunition to destroy her." President Trump weighed in.
I watched AOC answering questions in Munich. This was not a good look for the United States. AOC, I never really got her to, I'd never heard her speak very much. They started answering a question. She had no idea what was happening. She had no idea how to answer. very important questions concerning the world.
So that's the context, and that's important to know because it wasn't just for
Well,
her party, and it wasn't just for some small group.
She's. I mean, honestly, she's the perfect Democrat candidate. They don't want anybody smart. They want some. They're just going to be a puppet. Somebody else is running the show.
So there was a big deal over the Colbert show, and I flung a lot of shit online. I don't even know where it was. It was X or Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. But Stephen Colbert did an interview with a Senate candidate in Texas, and he came out and said the network told him he can't air it. There's an equal time thing, and he would have to interview a Republican and this and that. Well, it turns out the whole thing was bullshit. He was making it all up. Nobody told him he couldn't air his interview. There is a rule about equal airtime, and Trump had won a lawsuit about that before, he took his time out during like Sunday football
because they weren't giving him fair coverage.
They gave
when he was running.
Kamala an interview on one of the networks, and then they had to give Trump the same amount of time, and he picked during Sunday football to do an interview. So, he was smart about it at least, but but none of it even happened. Colbert did it, put all this out just to spark some attention. His freaking contract's up from what I understand, and he's not really funny anymore. And once they go against Trump, they all end up killing their own career. We'll see, right?
Yeah. I still say she's the perfect candidate. Let her run.
AOC?
Let her run.
Yeah, but so the thing is, when they dug into all of that, it turns out he was saying that they were telling him he can't do it because he would have to interview a Republican candidate, which it wasn't the case at all, because it's a primary. He would have had to give the other Democratic candidate the equal amount of time. And the other Democratic candidate was Jasmine Crockett. He didn't want to give Jasmine Crockett equal time as his buddy who he did the interview with, and acted like he was holier than thou, releasing it no matter what, which was, turns out this is not about a left versus right thing, but he used it as that to drum up some attention, and he's goes to show you what a scumbag he is. He hasn't been funny since long. Right. I mean, back when Jon Stewart had the show, remember that? It was actually funny. And you knew they were all Democrats, but they weren't like they were now. Yeah. Now that all those comedians from that era are jackasses.
I always thought Jon Stewart was much better. I never really cared for him.
He was funny. Even though I didn't agree with half the shit
he was okay
said,
at first, but he was never, I don't know, never one of my favorites for sure.
When he got his own show, he turned into a douche.
I always liked Conan O'Brien, but he's gone. I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Swimming in money. Him and Leno, all them dudes. All right, we got other stories here. Let's do. Oh, that's last week's. Mexico wants to take over the U.S. That's last week, or not last week.
The week before.
Yeah, that was AOC. Okay, so New Jersey. Have you heard about the shit going in New Jersey? The second grade curriculum, right? Stuff that the second graders have to know in this one school district has been passed. And these guys expose it. And you saw the pushback in our county when they wanted to remove books that referenced gay sex and normalizing pedophilia and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The pushback on that, or drag queen story time, which we're going to get more into that. But this is second grade curriculum. So going into third grade, leaving second grade, kids are supposed to know this. Let's hear from these guys.
What is the state of New Jersey teaching second graders? Well, you would assume that they're really focused on building basic math skills and reading skills, which presumably they are, but listen to what they throw in there. So this is for students that are supposed to have achieved these things by the end of second grade, according to their own curriculum.
Hold on. We're going to pause. It wouldn't pause for some reason. What was up with that? If there's kids in the room, turn the volume down, put your earbuds in. Of any age, just if there's women in the room that can't handle this kind of talk either, or that should hear this kind of talk, to wake up to the reality of what's going on in our public school systems, let them hear it. But remove the kids, man. It's 8:22. Kids don't need to hear this.
But wait a minute, this is what they're about to teach kids.
Yeah, but man, I've got kids in
I'm just
kindergarten,
joking, but
5th grade and 6th grade, and I don't want my 6th grader hearing this stuff. And this is for 2nd grade. 2nd grade is what, Leo?
2nd grade.
So
7 7 years old.
7, 8. Yeah.
All right, I gave you a warning. Please turn the sound off. Ask the kids, go do something else. I'm going to go ahead and play this video because you should. This is New Jersey, and this is a state in our country who's affecting our future, young youth minds in our future.
Jersey teaching 2nd graders. Well, you would assume that they're really focused on building basic math skills and reading skills, which presumably they are, but listen to what they throw in there. So this is for students that are supposed to have achieved these things by the end of 2nd grade, according to their own curriculum. Differentiate between gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation. So they think that's really important for 2nd graders, 7-year-olds, to know. But then it gets even worse. Listen to this. They need to know how to define vaginal, oral, and anal sex, how to perceive consent to sexual activity, how to identify short and long-term contraception, and safer sex methods that are effective, and how to identify and access and use them, and to prevent unintended pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. All of this is in a curriculum that a 2nd grader needs to know about. Can you think, like, if that was my kid coming up, like, are you kidding me? This is what the legislature and the voters of New Jersey tolerate. What is the state of New Jersey teaching 2nd graders? Well, you would assume that they're worse. Listen to this. They need to know how to define vaginal, oral, and anal sex.
In that age range or near it. Like, what would y'all feel if one of y'all's kids came home one day and told you that they learned what the difference between anal sex and vaginal sex? Like,
I would be pissed.
Expression and sexual orientation. So they think that's really important for 2nd graders, 7-year-olds, to know. But then it gets even
old,
worse.
They shouldn't even know the difference between anal and vaginal.
No, I don't even.
Let alone, they shouldn't even know those words.
No. So 7 years old. Yeah. 7 years old, they're expecting these kids to learn that kind of
And
crap.
I just looked, I Googled at the start, when is the mind most a sponge? And it says from birth to 6 years old. But I mean, you're talking about 7-year-olds. Some of them might even still be 6. They're in that impression stage where their brains are soaking up stuff. That's just, I don't know, way too young to be thinking about stuff like that. I mean, I don't even know how old I was when I probably learned the difference between anal and vaginal. But I guarantee it wasn't anywhere near 7. Mike, if they say it, I'm allowed to say it. But, I mean, maybe I was double that age? Maybe when I learned the difference? I don't know. That's way too young, though. 7.
Yeah, I think it's...
And people voted for that. Like, if I'm in New Jersey, no offense to those of y'all in New Jersey, they're good people and wouldn't vote for that, but I'd be getting the fuck out.
You got some good pizza, though.
In New Jersey?
I guess.
Anywhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a post.
I go
looking for some New Haven pizza.
Get out of there. We got Caps here. It's good pizza, too.
Caps is good. Caps is really good. Let's see. Okay. I've got close to home for us. There was 2 horrific attacks. You want to go north or you want to go south? North to Daytona Beach or south to Martin County?
Let's go south.
Okay, we're going to the beach on either one. It's pretty freaking bad, though. There was a woman. I don't know her name. I don't have all the details. You know I'm not a storyteller. But there was... Let me see if I can pull it up. There was... I I'm really going into this one bad, aren't I? I can't see a damn thing either.
You're starting to look like, what's her name?
Who?
Get to the point, Mike.
Get to the point. So this woman was walking on the beach down in Martin County, and all of a sudden, she was attacked, and the dude was dragged her into the ocean, and it was pretty freaking bad. How come? I think this internet browser is being stupid again. But it was, he beat her. He grabbed her phone, threw it into the ocean. Let me put that down there. Sorry, I'm still tweaking stuff here. Threw her phone into the ocean and felt like he'd gone too far and just held her underwater until she went limp. So he just, held her there until she was dead, and so he thought, and then left. And then the next day, somebody had called 911 to report someone that was definitely deranged, talking about how they killed somebody on the beach and whatnot. And it was this guy. I had the notes. What did I do with it? I'm only half ready. But it was this Venezuelan immigrant. Oh, these are notes on the Rhode Island, what we'll get into. It was the Venezuelan immigrant who just felt no remorse. When they told him that she was still alive, and how did he feel about that? He didn't feel. He's like, he doesn't feel anything. Or that was before they told him that she was alive. They asked him, did he feel any remorse about killing her? And he said that he didn't feel nothing. And
that's crazy.
It is. It's freaking pretty sad too, because definitely mental illness going on here. That was down in Martin County. This is the guy. Looks young. I'm not sure if he was an illegal or not. Probably pretty safe to assume. He definitely needed some type of incarceration or some medical attention. But yeah, here is, what is this? What do we got here?
911, do you need police, fire, or medical?
I need the police.
What's the location? Okay, where it on the...
Do you know where that...
That's not our audio.
It's right by the...
That's the 911 call.
What's going on?
Down there taking a walk.
And make sure you hit the like button and drop a
talking to
comment.
her on the
See y'all,
phone,
sir.
and her sister just called me, told me she was talking, and all of a sudden she started screaming, and it sounded, her sister said it sounded like she was fighting with someone, and then the phone went dead. They've been calling her for the past 5 minutes. She's not responding.
911, do you need police, fire, or medical?
I need the police.
What's the location?
Yeah, and she's recovering. I mean, she was able to regain consciousness and drag herself out of the ocean, but so that was south. Now we're on the east coast of Florida. Predominantly, mostly it's pretty safe, but this area attracts a lot of transients. Anywhere in Florida or California where the weather is perfect, it's very attractive to transients and homeless people because, well, let's face it, you'd rather live outside in January, February in South Florida than you would in Maine, or New York. But, I mean, they're there too. But so we get a lot of it. And immigrants, plentiful, obviously. We're sticking out here like a sore thumb. Everybody's coming to Florida. No different than the rest of the country, I'm sure. But to the north of us, now this wasn't a...
That's literally like down the street from us right there.
Martin County, yeah. I had more on it. I just don't know where it is, and I don't feel like looking for it. But we are blowing right through these. But to the north of us, another attack on the Daytona Beach pier. This one, I think I would lose my shit over. I mean, I would lose my shit over either one. Somebody attack your wife or your sister or whatnot. But your kid, man, your 13-year-old. I got a 13-year-old, soon to be 13-year-old. And I just couldn't imagine going through something like this. Let's play this video. This is close to home too.
As soon as we realized what happened, I could see his neck gashed wide open. I could see all the way down to the meat.
13-year-old Sullivan Clark was on his phone walking with his parents near the slingshot ride when police say Jermaine Long walked up and slashed his throat. His mom, Lori, initially thought it was a robbery.
I thought he was stealing Sully's phone. As soon as he slashed him, I yelled. I said, hey.
Sullivan's father, Jared, says the sight was something he can never unsee.
The doctor told him 1 millimeter deep, and we'd be having a different conversation.
Sullivan says a split-second glance at a boardwalk ride is likely the only reason he survived.
The crazy thing is, I turned at the perfect time because I was on the phone and I happened to be looking up at like the slingshot and I turned. And that's how he got the side of my neck and not right here.
Police say they found Long hiding near the overpass on the pier and arrested him.
As soon as we realized what happened, I could see his neck gashed wide open. I could see all the way down to the meat.
13-year-old Sullivan Clark was on his phone walking with his parents near the slingshot ride when police say...
Like, what kind of sick person do you have to be to, just for no reason out of nowhere, just try to slit a 13-year-old's throat?
Sick individual.
Well, just look at the dude at the subway. And what was that, New York? That killed that freaking poor girl.
Yeah.
And just stabbed her in the neck. It's like almost like they're being clipped or told to, I don't know, man. Something's crazy. Why would you want to hurt anybody? You know, and then claim to be oppressed or whatever, you know, like the mental illness out there. And the problem is it's not treated. They need to bring back asylums and mental health institutions,
you know,
and make it more common than rather than drugging people with big pharma and big stocks and bonds and stuff like that.
I mean, okay, you know, I can see somebody losing their shit. You know, you're standing in line someplace and somebody says something you don't like and you get pissed off and you lose your shit. But just out of nowhere, somebody that didn't even say anything to you, do anything to you, nothing. You just, and it's a 13-year-old kid and you just try to slit their throat for no reason. Like, that's a special kind of
scumbag.
Sick, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. 13-year-old, man. That's my son's age, you know.
That's crazy.
And it was a good thing they were there. They were able to hold their son's, you know, be able to be there for their son, you know. Otherwise, he could have died, you know. 35 minutes in. I'm gonna.
If you guys don't know, we live in the Sunshine State, in the state of Florida. So there's a lot of allergies, and right now it's that time of season of pollen and stuff like that. So if you hear us kind of sniffly, that's because that's what it is.
All right, let's do a quick break. We'll be right back. Another Warrior Shield.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the Shield stronger. Donate and help our cause, help their cause, because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org. Because heroes deserve a foundation as strong as their sacrifice.
All right, we're back. So
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Leo from To The Point Podcast. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a share, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're gonna give us a like, give us a share, might as well hit the third button, get us subscribe.
Where can they do that at?
They could do that at your local convenience store at Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, Apple Radio.
All of the major platforms. But make sure you follow us on Rumble.
Siri.
and X.
Remember Siri on the things, on the TVs? Oh, nope. Cancel.
Stop it. Follow us on X and Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all that and above. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. If you think, we're talking shit or whatever. But you asked about the guy where he was from. This says Daytona Beach, Florida. That's what Fox 35 in Orlando is reporting. His name was Jermaine Lynn Long, 44 years old. He's only been charged on a felony charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon in connection with the incident. And you think it would be like attempted murder? Is that as bad as attempted murder? I don't know. The laws are weird, but the victim, Sullivan Clark, was visiting during Daytona 500, which there was also a big bust across the street from the Daytona 500 Speedway. Somebody had a lot of weapons and stuff like that.
To me, yes.
The day before, I think they.
To me, that should be a murder charge. Or attempted murder charge.
For sure.
It happened around 10 p.m. Every now and then we take our kids to the boardwalk late night. And that's pretty scary. Long reported approach.
Oh, packing, man.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that too. Additional context about the suspect. Police records are indicate this was not the only violent incident involving Long that day.
Once you get a little close to me, hey, listen, hey.
Officers responded to multiple calls related to him, including a sledgehammer incident earlier that morning where no arrests were initially made. If they would have taken the guy to somewhere to get evaluated, maybe that kid wouldn't have been hurt. Local reports suggest Long is well known in Daytona Beach by Daytona Beach police and has a lengthy criminal history in the area. That's pretty bad, man. I would probably kill him. Yeah. I'd probably rip him apart.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I don't have a kid, but if that had been me, I would have been packing, so he probably wouldn't have lived.
No. I mean, obviously, in the moment, you're thinking about your kid.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't shoot anybody else while I'm popping one off at him.
Right.
So, in Rhode Island, there was a horrible incident in Rhode Island over the weekend. What do we got? We got a comment here. We got CJ, am I wrong? Or is it your birthday today? Or was it yesterday? I don't know. The days are kind of long right now. Why do we let these liberal race-based rulings and arrests go this way in Florida? Do different races and genders have different rights in Florida? Yeah, I'll tell you that. Especially when it comes to municipalities. The problem in Florida is happy birthday, CJ, from the Spark Free Press.
Happy
Make sure you check
birthday,
them
CJ.
out. And
Feliz cumpleaños, CJ.
But these local municipalities, these police departments, they're not like sheriff's departments, and sheriff's departments don't have seniority over them either, or jurisdiction. Actually, they can cross jurisdiction, but cities can get away with a lot of shit. It's pretty sick too. A lot of these repeat offenders shouldn't be out, but we need to bring back the asylums. I mean, what do you do though? You don't want to incarcerate people forever. You got to believe in rehabilitation, but at some point the system's failing, and you got to look at that too. There's probably fraud there also. There's probably more money pencil whipping some psych evaluation than there was actually putting this guy away and giving him the treatment he needs long ago.
I still say people like this.
Who knows? He could have just got really.
I still say what they should do with prisons is they need to put these people to work inside a prison.
Oh, I believe too.
Prisons should be able to finance themselves.
They should be self-sustaining.
Yes. They should all have some sort of job. I don't care. I mean, whatever. If Nike can buy a prison and they can have inmates make their shoes, why not?
Yeah.
Nike wants to buy a prison, fucking do it. They should be able to pay for
They
themselves.
want cheap
It
labor?
shouldn't cost the taxpayers
Cheap
to
labor?
keep
Yeah.
murderers alive. And why should we pay for them for being
Vincent,
being a
I talk
bad person?
Then I talk about this.
We talked about it 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, a little
I
bit.
think I agree with you. They should have him do something.
Yeah.
A lot of prisons do have some types of programs.
They're not
but
all
again,
bad.
they are government organizations.
Yeah.
And,
I don't think any of them are self-sufficient though, where they completely pay for themselves. I'd be
but
I'd
like
be surprised.
when that one guy was sheriff out west, and he made he still had the chain gang, and they wore pink underwear and pink jumpsuits and shit like that, and they had to listen to like Ozzy Osbourne in the middle of the night. So he made it super uncomfortable for criminals in his county.
I would have been fine with the Ozzy
Well, he ended up
Osbourne,
going
but-
on to Congress, but I think he just died like last year or something like that. I can't think of his name. But if somebody's out there can correct me, but yeah, he went through a lot of court battles over the way he treated his prisoners, but they were always fed and they always worked for everything, and they didn't have any luxuries at all. At all. Like you should.
Where was this at?
Somewhere out
I don't think
in
murderers.
Nevada or Arizona.
I don't think
Sheriff
murderers
Aparo,
should be.
I think his name was.
I don't think they should be on phones on the internet watching TV and.
Well, how do you think the Venezuelan president is living life? And how do you think
he's probably more comfortable?
And how do you think
than
is
he should be.
what's his name?
He's probably eating better than a normal prisoner.
Baby
He's probably
oil
got TV.
guy.
Oh, he's not even in prison. I don't think.
Who?
Isn't
Maduro?
No.
He's probably
P.
sitting
Diddy.
in Crete
Is it P. Diddy?
somewhere
P.
sipping
Diddy.
martinis.
He said baby oil guy. He's talking about P. Diddy.
Oh, P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
Is he in jail? No, I think he got out.
I think he got out too.
Chapo, like all them that are sitting in
They're-
prison. Like, how do you think they're living life?
They're living a lot better than a normal prisoner. I believe they all probably have
And why?
their own cell, TV, probably eat better than a normal
Why?
prisoner. That's
That's
just
not-
what they do when they put people
But
in.
that's not fair, though.
What do you call that? Where they're in a cell by themselves, confinement or whatever.
Isolation.
They have, isolation. Yeah, they have like their own. They're protected more, and they usually end up having nicer amenities, and they shouldn't. But I guess if you're by yourself, they figure if you don't have any kinds of communication with the outside world, whether it be TV or whatnot, they could say that's cruelty. But,
Okay, yeah. So this is Sheriff Joe Aparo, decades-long career in law enforcement, from leading DEA operations against international drug cartels like the French Connection to pioneering jail reforms such as Tent City and Inmate Idol during his record tenure as Maricopa County Sheriff. He shares patriotic anecdotes, including celebrity supporters. Yeah. This is his whole bio. I'm pretty sure. I thought he passed away. Maybe not. Maybe he's still out there. But I'm pretty sure he went into Congress too. But he was one of those badass sheriffs that just didn't. He made it very uncomfortable. So Rhode Island. Before we run out of time, we're getting there. 45 minutes. Leo's been up all day, so he's kind of like pushing us along.
Yeah.
So Rhode Island, there was a hockey match. This dude was mental. I didn't transfer the notes, but I'll pull them over. Rhode Island. Do you watch hockey?
No.
Very rarely.
All right, so
I have a friend that plays hockey.
John?
Yeah, John plays hockey.
Yeah.
We covered a couple hockey stories, like that guy getting his throat cut.
Yeah.
Dying over in England and stuff like that. Man, I should just bring this over to there. Pardon the mess here. Opening that. So the shooting in Rhode Island was a 56-year-old Robert Dorgan, also known as, guess what? Roberta Esposito, or Roberto Dorgan. He died at the scene of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after bystanders subdued him, and he reached for a second weapon. Let me pull up the video before I go on all that. Let's see. Here's the video. No, let's do this one. This is the slideshow. This is your perpetrator. This is Robert Dorgan. Obviously, Robert's got
some issues,
mental problems, and he was divorced from his wife. There was a long history of some, like, I think, violent speech, but they said no violence until then. I don't know. The day before or the day of, he sent out a tweet. There's a transgender congressman. You know that, right?
Yes.
We talked about them before.
The guy that stole the guy that stole the suitcases.
I'm not sure, but Sarah something is his name, and so he sent out a tweet saying something about you shouldn't misgender transgender women, or you shouldn't say that transgender women are men because they might go berserk. So the next day at his kids' hockey game, you call him a game or a match?
I don't know.
John, if you're watching, correct us. Yeah. Either way, he just freaking shoots his ex-wife. He shoots his freaking eldest son. He shoots his in-laws. He shoots his neighbor and a friend of the family.
At the hockey
tournament? The wife died. Ex-wife died. His eldest son later died. His in-laws, I think, and the other guy are surviving. It's pretty freaking bad. I got the notes right here.
That's crazy.
Let me finish reading the details, and then we'll go through that slide. Victims killed. His ex-wife, Rhonda Dorgan, died at the scene, and his adult son, Aiden Dorgan, died later at the hospital. Injured, all in critical condition as of February 17th, 18th. Rhonda's parents, Linda and Gerald Dorgan. Rhonda, but I'm confused on the last name. And family friend Thomas Garuso. The shooter's other son, a high school senior, was playing in the game, but was not injured. Players and fans, including kids in skates and uniforms, fled in panic, with some videos showing chaos as shots rang out. Police described it as a targeted domestic family-related attack stemming from a family dispute, possibly linked to a 2020 divorce. With no prior indication of violence at the ring, Dorgan had attended games before without issue. The issue is it's normal for him to do what he's doing. No students or players were hurt, and bystanders, including at least one Good Samaritan who attacked him, helped stop the shooting. Multiple firearms were recovered. Dorgan had a gun license from Florida, and motive isn't fully clear beyond family issues. Some reports mention mental health concerns from family statements. This was tragic, targeted family incident that disrupted a community hockey event, not a random mass shooting. Updates may continue as the investigation proceeds. And don't care. Like, you see how that emphasizes, these aren't my words. This isn't my words. So not a random mass shooting. Is not. When I'm looking at information in the sentence, I'm looking at what's needed in it, and that's not even needed. We already know it's not a random mass shooting with the details, but we do know it's a mental health issue with another trans shooting.
Right.
This is what it is. Call it what it is. It's trans.
The only reason they put
shooting.
that in the sentence is because they don't want it to be called that, another mass shooting by a transgender. Because we've had how many already this year? Probably somewhere close to a dozen. Well, I'm sorry, not this year. We're still kind of early.
This is your
but
dad coming to
in
your
the
hockey
last
game.
year.
This is your dad at your hockey game, right? Look. I mean, this is not only is your dad mental, but he dresses like a slut too. Like, you really want? Come on, man. 40-something years old or something like that. What does this say? I can't see that. Can't see that either. Can you?
No.
In 2020, Robert Dorgan's wife filed for divorce under the reason she wrote, gender reassignment surgery, narcissistic and personality disorder traits. It was crossed out and replaced with irreconcilable differences. Dorgan's mass shooting in Rhode Island at the school hockey game, which killed 2 members of his family and critically injured 3 others, follows Canada's trans mass shooting, another one in the last week, shooting this last week, in which 9 women and children were killed. That's pretty freaking bad. Dorgan's social media show a mixture. His social media shows a mixture of far-right beliefs and support for trans rights. So remember, when you hear far-right, that's not like Republican far-right. That's just radicalized. It's not right at all. Far-right is not even, it's not good, but it's not anything to do with trans rights. For several years, I've been warning about the rise of violent trans extremists and trans killers. My work, yeah, this is Andy, and I don't know how you say his last name. But yeah, it's like, how the hell do I get out of there? Anyways, there we go. Yeah, I don't, it just doesn't end. Here's his daughter. Hold on.
Shot my family. And he's dead now.
She described that shooting suspect as her father. She came out of the police department behind me here in tears after presumably being interviewed by police.
My father was a shooter.
What happened?
Shot my family. And he's dead now.
What was the reasoning? Was there a family argument?
He has mental health issues.
So yes, she goes on to describe those mental health issues a little bit more. She says that he had been struggling with mental health for quite some time. She said, quote, he was very sick.
Yeah. Over and over and over again.
That was kind of obvious. Didn't need her to know that.
He's dead now.
She described that shooting suspect as her father. She came out of the police
Shoots her
department.
brother.
Yeah.
You know, imagine being the kid playing hockey.
Yeah.
That wasn't even in the stands. Steven's in the chat. What's up, Steven?
Hey, Steven.
Doc Butter 69. Feels weird saying that. Steven, what's the link or what's the name of the show that people can follow and what platforms? I know it's Conservative Blitz, but what platforms do you guys have your show on? And we should definitely share the shows and stuff like that.
I know the episode I watched was on YouTube, so I know he's on YouTube.
Yeah, we got to get them on EV Mux and collaborate a little bit here. But definitely we appreciate you for jumping in the chat. And again, happy birthday to CJ, if CJ's still out there. CJ, how old are you anyways? Do you give away your age? I don't know. But anyways, trans shooting, this is freaking horrible, man. It's always the one in Canada, YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify. Okay, and it's probably, it must be Conservative Blitz. Look up Conservative Blitz, and it's a pretty good show too. But yeah, I don't know how I would feel, man. You have no choice on how to feel, but when your family member just loses their shit like that, and growing up, you would hear about the one family, or just recently around here, that one doctor. Didn't something happen with a doctor who lost his shit? It's just, you never know where people are to begin with. But the whole trans ideology is a mental illness. The gender dysphoria it's a disability. It's not something that should be it's not something that's like you should feed and flourish. It's something that needs to be addressed and treated. And the way we're treating things nowadays with Big Pharma is not what is the answer, because you see things like this. I don't know what this guy was on, but almost all the other mass shootings, Sheila Matthews from Shattering the Narrative, Able Child, she'll be the first one to jump on that kind of thing about what kind of drugs these people were on, what kind of psychotropic drugs were their psychiatrists or their doctors, or, giving them, or these hormone blockers or hormone inducers or whatever the hell you're taking when you're trying to transition into
To a
something
woman,
you're
yeah.
not. You're definitely not fucking right. We're infected. You know, we've let it go too far.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. Listen, and I'm not too hardcore conservative, but back in the freaking 90s when they pushed the gay marriage, and right now it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? But everything the freaking right said was going to come along with gay marriage.
Do you think doctors
Look,
should be allowed?
It's here,
Mike.
Everything we said was going to happen has happened.
Do you think doctors should be allowed to give them drugs to make them turn into the opposite sex? Should they be able to even get breast implants from a doctor?
No, I think it should be taboo, just like euthanasia. Just like you can't get drug assisted suicide in the States.
No Dr. Kevorkian.
We shouldn't be playing chemistry with people.
So the doctors in a way are playing God.
Right.
You're trying to turn a man into a woman.
Well, you get into that kind of, now you're going down something you should bring up at the next conspiracy club, especially with Tony Ray and Ish and John and all them, because there is conspiracy about who the people in the medical industry actually take their oaths to.
Right.
And it's pretty concerning, but then again, you need your medical doctors. You just hope they're not Satanists. But yeah, it's pretty sick, man. What they're doing with kids and stuff like that. I think it definitely shouldn't be legal for children.
Oh, absolutely.
At any freaking age. Like that's what we saw at the last one. The last shooting, they started transitioning at 12. And he was 18.
Even with parent consent or whatever, I'm sorry. That's the kid doesn't know what they want yet. What a 12-year-old wants today is not what he's going to want when he's 15. It's just crazy.
Yeah. That's all I got. There's more videos and stuff like that, but we actually come right up on an hour. I appreciate you guys for dropping in the chat. I see you out there, make sure you hit the like button wherever you're watching. Drop a comment if you would. Follow, subscribe, share the show. Trying to get back out there and do some more. It's been a busy couple months and whatnot, but you can find more of the stuff we work on at ircmedia.net. Follow our friends TGI Now podcast, Binford Chronicles, Shattering the Narrative, and Conservative Blitz. And you guys got anything else?
No.
Okay. It's a long weekend. It's getting even longer. So we're going to jump off here and say goodnight, and we will find our outro
See you
page
next week for episode 150.
Yes. All right. Peace out.
Say the afraid to shout, make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise, fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate, lips BS ain't gonna seal our